This is WKYT This Morning.
Good morning to you, and thank you for starting your day with us here on WKYT. I'm Andrea Walker.
I'm Bill Bryant. It's time to rise and shine. Here we are on Tuesday, September 20th, as we head to the last days of summer.
Now at 6, U.S. Attorney General Loretta Lynch will be in central Kentucky today to raise awareness about the ongoing heroin epidemic.
A portion of Richmond Road in Lexington is back open this morning after an overnight crash that had things shut down for a time.
And 2 hikers got a big surprise at the Red River Gorge this weekend. More on their bear encounter just ahead.
A surprise in addition to the weather.
I guess we kind of gave that one away, didn't we?
We did.
In case you were wondering.
Still an interesting story, nonetheless.
Well, maybe the bear got hot,
We'll see.
this time of year, right?
Absolutely, because it is perfect time to get out and enjoy.
It is.
Even though it's warmer, the humidity's still down. I mean, I didn't even sweat yesterday walking around the neighborhood, playing with the little man outside, so it's really not that bad. Temperatures are in the 50s and 60s early this morning, and once you walk out the door, trust me, you'll really like the feel in the air, unless you are one of those that get chilly pretty easily, and then you might be a little cool heading out to your car early this morning and walking off into work. Temperatures 50s and 60s will finish off in the mid-80s. Another warm one once again, and then we head throughout the next few days. Where's that fall weather? I mean, it's not here anytime soon. Yes, fall does start toward midweek, but summer's just not letting go. We'll talk about that, and I'll show you this weekend forecast this weekend. I think you'll really like. I'll have that coming up.
All right, let's get right to the news. U.S. Attorney General Loretta Lynch will be in central Kentucky today. She's coming here to address a major and troubling issue.
It is. Her visit is to raise awareness about the growing number of heroin overdoses throughout the country, including right here in Kentucky. WKYT's Lauren Miner joins us live in Richmond, where the Attorney General will make her first stop of the day. Good morning, Lauren.
Good morning, Bill and Andrea. Well, the Department of Justice is hoping to raise awareness of the rising amount, of drug overdoses we're seeing around the country. Attorney General Loretta Lynch will be here in central Kentucky at Madison Central High School this morning at 9 a.m. to speak with students about the epidemic. Lynch will be meeting with parents who have lost their children due to overdoses and now belong to the Heroin Education Action Team. She also plans on talking about what the resources and actions the Justice Department plans to take in this public health crisis, such as raising awareness, providing resources for treatment, and enforcing rules. Lynch will also be speaking to students and staff at the University of Kentucky today at 3:45. Now, also as part of this initiative, more than 70 U.S. attorneys are already committed to doing more than 160 events around the country. Reporting live in Richmond, Lauren Miner, WKYT.
Lauren, thank you very much. New this morning, we've learned a tow truck driver was killed in a Powell County crash. It happened on the Mountain Parkway between Clay City and Stanton. The Clark County coroner says 48-year-old Mark Banks of Banks Towing was loading a vehicle onto a tow truck when another car hit him. Banks died at the Clark County Hospital. The coroner says the other driver was taken to the hospital. That person's name and condition have not been released.
Lexington commuters will be happy to know this morning. Richmond Road is back open after a hit-and-run crash overnight. It happened around 3 o'clock this morning at Man O' War. Police say one driver ran a red light and was T-boned by another. The person who caused the crash ran to a nearby apartment complex where police say he was eventually arrested and charged with fleeing and evading.
WKYT, we are tracking the latest on an early morning robbery at a Lexington drugstore.
Police say that happened just after 3 o'clock this morning at the Rite Aid off of Tates Creek Road at Man O' War, there in Tates Creek Center. We're going now live to WKYT's Mike Byer, who has the latest on the investigation. Mike? All right, not hearing from Mike, we will tell you that this happened at the Rite Aid again in Tates Creek Center a few hours ago. It's the latest Lexington business to be robbed at gunpoint. It was about 3:30 this morning. Police were called out to the store. Police tell us a man with a medium build went to the pharmacy area, showed a gun, and demanded prescription pain pills.
He then fled the scene, but police aren't sure if he fled on foot or got into a car. Police weren't able to get a good description of the suspect, but say he had on a white T-shirt, gray shorts, and had a surgical mask on his face. They had a canine on scene in an effort to track him down, but had no luck so far. Now, this Rite Aid is a 24 hours Rite Aid and is back open for business already. So we will be covering this story, keeping up with all the latest, so stay here on WKYT.
And again, there have obviously been others, and that
Yes.
raises concerns. All right, a 1-year-old boy is back with his parents in Casey County this morning after he went missing for more than 11 hours.
A scary situation. Logan Chumbley was found on an old four-wheeler trail just 2 miles from his home after police say he wandered away earlier in the day. Police say he had just a few scratches, but thankfully wasn't seriously injured.
We're told that Logan wandered off about 9 o'clock yesterday morning near Houstonville. Police say they were not called about it until noon after some confusion between the toddler's parents. Police say they will likely investigate how Logan managed to walk away from his home. At this time, though, they say they're just focused on the fact that he was found safe and sound. A violent robbery is under investigation in Nicholasville this morning. Police say someone ordered a pizza and then robbed the driver who delivered it. It happened late Friday night on Gainesville Drive. Investigators say a Domino's pizza delivery driver was lured to the area with a fake order. Police say the driver was then attacked and robbed. Neighbors say they were shocked to hear what happened on their normally quiet street.
This is the first that I've ever heard of it happening. I mean, other than just, I guess, people. We've been ding-dong ditched one time, but other than that, I've not had any problems at all. So it was pretty surprising.
Police only have released a vague description of the suspects at this point.
And frightening moments for workers at a pizza restaurant in Frankfort. Police say workers at a Little Caesars were forced into a walk-in freezer at gunpoint by 2 men who barged in a back door. The surveillance video shows the dramatic scene unfold. You can see it on your screen right there. The 2 men spent 20 minutes in the restaurant, which police say is unusual. They say a canine unit tracked the robbers to a nearby neighborhood where they recovered a worker's cell phone and some of the cash. But at last check, no arrests have been made. Lexington police have reissued an alert for 2 wanted men. Police are still looking for Devarius Jones and Taji Winters. Both are considered armed and dangerous. Police say Jones robbed the Hibbett Sports Store in the Mist Lake Plaza over on Richmond Road last week and the Hibbett Sports Store in the Eastland Shopping Center the week before. Jones and Winters are both wanted for a home invasion on Lucille Drive as well. In that case, police say they held a family at gunpoint.
A Powell County pastor has admitted to sexually abusing 2 children. Steve Williams entered a guilty plea during a hearing. Williams was a pastor at the Bowen First Church of God. One of the incidents took place on a church field trip, the other at the church. As part of the deal, Williams is expected to get 7 years in prison, 5 of which will be probated. He will have to serve 2 years in the penitentiary.
A Madison County mother faces several charges after police say she was high with her young daughter in the car. Kristen Deering was arrested at the Richmond Walmart over the weekend. Police say she appeared highly intoxicated, and officers saw her place a syringe with brown substance under her seat. Police say her 1-year-old daughter was with her at the time.
The state auditor is accusing the Owsley County clerk of not doing her job. The state auditor's office released its findings after looking at the 2014 financial statement of clerk Shanna Oliver. The auditor made 9 comments about the audit. Among them, he said Oliver did not prepare franchise tax bills and distribute delinquent tax payments. The findings have been reported to the Attorney General's office. You can see the auditor's entire comments on WKYT.com.
Well, 2 hikers at the Red River Gorge got a big surprise this weekend when they tried to get into their car.
Right, look.
Menifee 911, where's your emergency?
There's a really big bear on the trail, and we think that there's somebody kind of blocked by the bear on the outlook.
Trapped by a bear, the 2 hikers spotted the black bear near the Chimney Top Recreation Area in Wolfe County Saturday night. A lot of folks know how beautiful that is. So do the bears. The bear eventually left the parking lot. Forestry workers say the bear was likely at the recreation area. Guess what? Looking for food.
Big surprise there, and they say do not feed them because a fed bear is a dead bear, and you don't want them to keep coming back to the area.
They'll come back on you. That's right. Okay. 6:09 on WKYT this morning, and start to a beautiful day out there.
I think it's a good time to check in with meteorologist Micah Harris for an update on our forecast.
Yeah, it actually doesn't look all that bad early this morning. We do have some patchy fog down toward the south and southeast. Other than that, we're looking just fine. So walking out the door early this morning, that's what you're going to be dealing with. Here's the look across the region. There you go at 2 miles there in Somerset, 1 mile in Monticello. And as you continue to look back toward eastern Kentucky, there you go with Moorhead coming in at 1 mile. Other than that, we're all right. Upper 50s, lower 60s. It's actually a little cool for you guys. If you guys are one of those that get chilly a little bit easily, yeah, this might be a cool start to the day for you as you're walking out the door. Because we're just used to those afternoons now that are in the mid 80s, maybe in some upper 80s. And now we walk out, it's just one of those days. How do you even dress for this type of weather? It's just weird. You wake up in the morning, it's a little bit cool. Afternoon, it is definitely warm, 86, mostly sunny skies. Heading off toward the evening hours, off to the ball fields, all looks well as you're heading out and about. Now, the good news for some of us is it's going to stay dry the next few days. That means you can get those ball fields in, you can get some events in. But the bad news here is we're not getting any rain. And a lot of us do need rain. Crops, yards, you definitely need the rain. And here's the deal with that. When the rain comes, it washes away a lot of those allergies, a lot of the pollen, and knocks that out. But we don't have rain, so that's what we're going to be dealing with. And yeah, if you can just hear it in my voice that I'm kind of dealing with it too. Today, Wednesday, and off toward Thursday, ragweed is going to be pretty high. It's going to be killing us once again. All right, let's talk about Twitter. Get on your Twitter page. Look me up, Micah Harris WX. Grab your phone real quick. Send me some pictures. I show them off every morning. Lovely moon low in the eastern sky. That is from Melissa Hall, 929. Appreciate that very much, Melissa Hall. Really cool shot, a close-up view of the moon right here. And we had some awesome pictures of the harvest moon just a few days ago. 7-day forecast. Next several days, guys, pretty warm and also dry. Now, I put in a 10% chance of rain on Saturday and Sunday. That's because the front's moving through, and it's very rare to have a front move through and not at least have the slightest chance of rain. At least, spark off a shower or thunderstorm. But for the most part, we're going to be dry. This is not a rainy system. It's a cold front, okay? It's going to be blowing in some colder air. We're at 90 degrees on Friday, 77 on Sunday. This weekend's weather will be phenomenal. The way it looks right now, it looks pretty good. Nice, dry, and cooler. We'll take it.
Hey, sounds good to me.
Really easy to enjoy that, isn't it? And we'll enjoy today with that sunshine. Thank you, Micah. 6:12 on WKYT this morning.
Each morning we bring you weather and traffic together.
Let's go out to Officer Don and check what's happening out there on the roads. Good morning, Don.
Good morning. First look at the circle on the inner and outer loops. No major problems this morning. Looking good past Tates Creek and even Nicholasville Road. Inbound Georgetown Road just past Berea. Got a report of a stalled car there. They should get that cleared before too long. Live look outside and real-time traffic flow. We're okay around the circle and, of course, on the interstate. As far as drive times go, no problems yet. And there's a live look at Newtown Pike and I-75. And you can see on the overpass there, traffic's moving well. Now back to you in the studio.
Okay, thank you.
He was looking more like Professor Don today, wasn't he, with his glasses? I like it.
Interesting tie.
Yeah.
Right, there you go.
Looking good, Don.
Good to have you with us on WKYT on this Tuesday morning as you rise and shine and get ready to go. It's going to be a nice late summer day, it sounds like.
Still to come, pressure is mounting in Tulsa, Oklahoma after newly released dash cam footage shows another officer-involved killing of an unarmed black man. A closer look when we return.
Welcome back to WKYT this morning, 6:16 the time here on your Tuesday. Authorities are still trying to figure out what motivated a naturalized U.S. citizen from Afghanistan to allegedly carry out a series of weekend bombings in New York and New Jersey.
Ahmed Khan Rahami was taken into custody yesterday after a violent confrontation with police in Linden, New Jersey. The 28-year-old now faces attempted murder and gun charges, and federal prosecutors could soon level terror charges against him. The Justice Department has launched an investigation into an officer-involved killing of an unarmed black man. Newly released dash cam video shows Terrence Crutcher had his hands in the air just before he was shot by a white police officer in Tulsa, Oklahoma on Friday. Over the weekend, police say Crutcher was told to show his hands but did not follow commands.
Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump are trading jabs over national security in the wake of recent terror attacks. Yesterday, Clinton attacked Trump for making what she called irresponsible, reckless rhetoric, while Trump accused Clinton of turning ISIS loose on the world. The two contenders go head-to-head in their first presidential debate in less than a week. Jim Carrey is vowing to fight a wrongful death lawsuit filed by the estranged husband of his ex-girlfriend. Carrey says the suit is a heartless attempt to exploit him. The well-known actor and comedian is accused of giving his ex-girlfriend the Ambien and oxycodone that she took to kill herself. The suit claims Carrey violated California health policy by obtaining the drugs under an alias.
The time now is 6:18 on your Tuesday. Atlanta may be a step closer to allowing rideshare companies like Uber to operate legally at its Hartsfield-Jackson International Airport. A bill proposed by the airport requiring fingerprint-based background checks for drivers was reportedly rejected by the mayor's office, but a new proposal would allow rideshare companies to use their own private background checks. U.S. home builders are feeling more confident about the future. A key index surged 6 points in September to 65. That's its highest level in almost a year, which means conditions leading into 2017 are favorable. An important recall to pass along: make sure your kids let go of their Eggo this morning. About 10,000 cases of Eggo Nutri-Grain whole wheat waffles are being recalled. Kellogg says the waffles could be contaminated with listeria. The recalled waffles are available in 10-count packs. There have been no reports of illnesses. Consumers can get a full refund by visiting the company's website. And Harry Potter fans looking for a place to live may just be in luck. The home used as the Dursley residence, where the wizard lived with his aunt and uncle in Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, is up for sale. Located on the outskirts of London, the 3-bedroom home, complete with a cupboard under the stairs, is listed for about $620,000. That's a hefty price tag, isn't it, for a 3-bedroom?
Right, quite an investment there.
Yeah.
You'd have a lot to talk about, I guess.
Sure.
Huh? All right, 6:19 on WKYT this morning. We're just getting started with the latest news on your Tuesday. A high school football team comes together to make their water boys' gridiron dreams come true. It's a heartwarming story, and you'll see that coming up here after the break in weather.
50s and 60s this morning. Actually feels quite nice. Warm, sunny weather the next several days. Is there any chance of rain in the forecast, especially off towards your weekend? I'll have that coming up next.
Welcome back into WKYT this morning. The time now is 6:23 on your Tuesday. U.S. Attorney General Loretta Lynch will be in central Kentucky today.
And that's what's trending at this hour here at WKYT News. Her visit is to raise awareness about heroin overdoses. Health officials are calling the spike in overdoses a public health crisis. Lynch will be the first speaking to high school students over at Madison County, there at Madison Central. She will then take part in a discussion at the University of Kentucky.
A tow truck driver has died in a Powell County crash. It happened on the Mountain Parkway between Clay City and Stanton. The Clark County coroner says Mark Banks of Banks Towing was loading a vehicle onto a tow truck when another car hit him. Banks died at the Clark County Hospital.
Looks like a warm and sunny day on the way. Here's meteorologist Micah Harris with a quick look.
Yeah, it's another warm one, that is for sure. We'll be in the mid-80s later on this afternoon. Good news here is, and the reason why we do this, the reason why we're in the upper 50s, lower 60s, kind of cool during the morning hours and then warm toward the afternoon, is because humidity. Low humidity, that's what happens. When you have really dry air, you're allowed those temperatures to drop very rapidly during the night, and then by the afternoon, you allow them to rise very rapidly. That's what dry air does. It rises and falls very quickly. And there's a look by the afternoon with your emoji cast, guys. It looks really, really good. We're sitting there in the mid-80s, and the focus of the forecast doesn't look all that bad, but everybody's asking, where is fall? Well, fall calendar-wise is coming up, but some are saying, not so fast, my friends. I'm going to hold on to you just a little bit longer, at least for the state of Kentucky. We're going to go over that and your 7-day forecast. I'll show you a big blasting cold front for the weekend. That's coming up.
Okay, we'll see you in a bit with that.
All right, we've got some cute stories for you now. A Wisconsin groundkeeper is making headlines for a brave prank he pulled on his boss this weekend.
Yeah, he did this by painting a giant Green Bay Packers G on the lawn of the hotel where he works, and where his boss is a well-known Minnesota Vikings fan. But given the hotel is in Packers country, the boss didn't throw any penalty flags at the Cheesehead's bold move, especially after the Vikings handed the Packers their first loss over the weekend.
Takes a brave man to mess with your boss.
It does, but it looks like he did for sure. And sticking with a football theme, a Michigan high school football team gave their water boy a real-life Rudy moment.
It came when the team helped Robbie Hale accomplish a personal dream, scoring his first ever touchdown. The special needs teen, who normally provides players with water on the sidelines, suited up and ran a scoring play courtesy of his teammates. The boy's mother, who has been battling cancer, was overcome with emotion by the team's gesture.
And this team has just been so instrumental with helping me get him to practice while I'm at chemo. And it takes a village to raise my son, and this village has really been outstanding.
Even the opposing team took time to honor Robbie. After the game, players and coaches said they were just glad to give Robbie and his mother a special memory that both will remember forever. No doubt about that.
And the lesson there, of course, absolutely, that sportsmanship is the most important thing out there.
He did awesome.
Yeah, great.
When WKYT returns this morning, Kmart has announced several more stores will be closing, including some right here in Kentucky. The details coming up at 6:30.
All of our top stories are on the way. Tonight's Mega Millions jackpot is $15 million. And tomorrow night's Powerball jackpot is $40 million. Keep it here on WKYT.